What's up guys, Jackson here at Toasty DIY, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing and testing of this Gyroor scooter that is straight from Temu. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So after doing some deal hunting and some coupons, I was able to get this sit-down foldable scooter for a little over 300 bucks, around 307 after tax and shipping. So not too bad compared to the actual list price of 363, but obviously Temu has tons of promotions, wheel spins, and other random things like that whether they're gimmicky or not, I did get about $50 off my total. Pretty cool. It showed up in decent shape too. There's definitely a couple of, like this cord right here is like literally going like halfway through the box, but I'm thinking since this scooter's probably mostly metal, we should be good. I also love their advertising. I noticed almost every scooter on Temu, if there is a spot for a cat or a dog, they advertise that. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and open this up. So what the scooter specs promise is a top speed of around 18.6 miles an hour. Now that is going to very much depend on obviously the weight of the person and whatever kind of cargo they may or may not have. They promise around a 20-mile range, which once again, that is going to vary, but typically you shouldn't see like major variation. And by the way, it's a fairly heavy box. I do want to point that out. It looks like it comes like mostly put together though. We do get like some foam and everything. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can just lift this out because I assume that's what they want us to do. The basket comes pre-fixed on there. Okay, so the basket is held on by screws. So I guess this is basically the scooter in its folded form. I was kind of wondering what that would look like. Okay, so I found that basket, and yes, we do get actually a lot of tools with this, with a couple of bolts and nuts, and then we have the basket. Nice little basket that goes on the back, if I remember correctly, like that. So you literally have double the basket storage. These are probably both, yeah, it's just our foot pegs in here, so nothing too crazy. So these are fold-out foot pegs, and I gotta say, they're actually kind of sturdy feeling. They appear to be all cast. This is a different type of metal, but the actual foot peg itself looks like some type of cast. Nothing too fancy, but it feels like they're pretty sturdy. I'm just glad they're not plastic. Which so far, the theme of the scooter hasn't really been much plastic, which I'm pretty happy to see. All right, so here's what the scooter will look like once it's completed. But for assembly, they have some arrows that are taped on the front that they're gonna want us to line up, and then we're just going to tighten everything down. All right, so I want you guys to see this step. I will say one of my stickers did come misaligned. As you can see, it's kind of just hanging off of here. So what I'm assuming is that we're supposed to, I think it's supposed to be like this, just because the only reason I'm making that assumption is you're basically doing this to align the scooter, and the bars appear to be straight when it's right here. So you got a little red lever here that you push down, and then this folds out. It might be pretty hard, so you're gonna have to use some force. And it looks like we're gonna use the biggest Allen key we have in here. All right, so still, and I'll show you guys what we got. Still not perfect, but for now, you know what I mean, for the video purpose, it's close enough. Plus, I honestly think it'd probably be better for me to kind of ride it around a little bit and you know, see just how off it feels. Because I feel like if I get it what I think is perfect, it still might not be perfect. All right, so we got a headlight that we can go ahead and kind of prop up a little bit. And they give us a Phillips in the end of this. So this is the headlight. It's kind of straightening out. I'm probably gonna keep the headlight, I would say, slightly angled down. That's kind of the goal of what you want. You're not really using it to like illuminate the whole roadway. You really just want to be able to see in front of you. They are talking about the springs on the seat. That is your dual suspension. So I wouldn't exactly describe that as suspension, but you know, it does work. If you look at almost any like riding lawnmower or honestly, even like semi trucks and some trucks, now they'll actually have real suspension too, but you do usually get the springs in the seat or even gas shock seats. Which I'm gonna leave the seat loose for now. I'll get this last zip tie off. Middle basket comes pre-mounted, fixed, good to go, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and let's get the pegs on now. And then I think we're gonna go around and just check everything for tightness. So the pegs are gonna use, it looks like this wrench and this guy right here. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the seat down because I think where I got it feels pretty good. All right, so we got foot pegs mounted and tight. I just uncovered the power button. We're gonna do the seat last. I'm gonna go ahead and get the controls kind of fixed, you know, where they aren't flying around on their own. So we got front and rear brake, which are pretty cool. They're both disc brake. Actually, they kind of stop on a dime. Honestly, it's not bad. And obviously with these kind of controls, you know, a lot of it's kind of user preference. You just kind of get them where you think they feel comfortable. we're gonna go ahead and just put each washer back on. And hey, like I said, guys, if you wanna run to your local hardware store or even on Amazon or maybe even Temu, I'm sure they have it. Get yourself some thread lock if you want to feel really good about everything that's going on to this. And if you want, you can even kind of backtrack and maybe even take some of the bolts and nuts that they put on from the factory. All right, well, we should be officially done with the building of the scooter. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and just do some test driving around. It is hot as heck out today, but I'll take it out back with me and ride around. But I'm gonna go handheld. Ooh, this thing's a little hard to control at low speeds, but once you get a hang of it, it's not too bad. Okay, our lights are on, we're good to go there. I will say turn radius is tight. You can really get this thing through some tight spots. The brake light works really good. Very, very bright. Might not be very easy to tell on camera now. The headlight is interesting. Okay, so once it's straight, okay, I see. So it's because I had the kickstand on, so maybe angle it down a tad bit more. Yeah, maybe more like that. Let me go to like a darker spot in the, okay. I would say that it's not super dark in here, by the way, so we'll have to try it, maybe a little bit of a darker area, but it works. Guys, the light is so crooked. Yeah, see, now I actually have the scooter straight. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. It might just be maybe one of the LEDs is dead or something, who knows, but it works, it does the job. All right, let's go ahead and put this thing to the test on driving. So I'm gonna start off on mode 1 just because my basic thoughts tell me that mode number 1 is going to be the slowest. All right, here goes mode 1. We're gonna go ahead and let it rip. Oh yeah, so you can actually feel it. It limits you to about 13 miles an hour. So that makes sense. Let's go ahead and try mode 2. All right, mode 2, it looks like about 14 miles an hour. Now I will say, I have ridden some faster electric devices like, some electric scooters that can accelerate a little bit quicker, but it's really not bad. We're trying mode 3 now. I might have to go a little further with this one. All right, we're turning back around. Got a little bit of downhill action here. And we hit 18. So yeah, we're able to hit 18. I feel like you've had a little bit more. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. I think I'm doing about 200 feet, maybe, yeah, about 200 feet. I feel like I'm doing close to like a football field here, and I'm not able to get quite the full speed, so we almost need more room to really let this thing unleash. But as far as maneuverability goes, it's pretty slick. I can definitely do some pretty tight turn radiuses here. If I put my foot down, I could probably, oh yeah, we can go super tight in the turn radius if we want. All right, I'm getting dizzy. That's enough of that. But now one thing to also keep in mind is you don't get, some other quote unquote street legality. You're not gonna have turn signals. You don't really have a great spot to mount like a license plate. It doesn't come with a title or even a bill of sale. So obviously this isn't something that is street legal. So you're gonna really be kind of refined to like sidewalks and like bike lanes and stuff, but it's still pretty cool nonetheless. The dual disc brake is definitely a super nice touch. Even if they're not hydraulic, it's still nice. I'd rather have those than like the OG style bike brakes, like with their little rubber pieces on them. It's honestly pretty comfy. The seat is very squishy. Only time will tell, how well it actually holds up and everything. But as of now, it feels pretty good. Then on the tires did come pre-inflated too. That's one good thing to note. Good sized tires too, honestly. Definitely bigger than like your typical scooter. So I would trust this thing going over some decent sized bumps and terrain. I mentioned this earlier. As far as suspension goes, you only really get suspension on the seat itself. The actual scooter really is completely fixed, so that is something to keep in mind. We'll have to see like how the welds everything hold up, but on paper this looks pretty good. Now, security and like wireless capabilities, to my knowledge, you have none on this. That is something that you're gonna get if you spend a couple $100 more. You're gonna be able to get a scooter that has, you know, the ability to lock it up, as in you can, you know, just put it to lock mode on your phone so that if someone tries to take it, a lot of times they even have gyroscopes in them, so they have an alarm that'll actually go off and they won't be able to turn it on or anything. This one really has a big red power button on it to where you can turn it on and off. So yeah, you don't have a ton of safety features on it, but as long as you're using this in an area that you trust, and you do have the full cage and everything, so really it'd be easy to bring a bike lock with you, honestly. But yeah, so far guys, so good. I'm gonna go ahead and test this thing up at a little hill too. I'm gonna do a little up test hill here. It's not an insane hill, but oh yeah, you can definitely feel it. It you know, it's not bad. I will say if I weighed maybe like an extra, like, I don't know, 50, 60 pounds, so I'm about 160. I feel like if I weighed like a little over 200, you would definitely feel like, I would feel like you'd feel it a little more up hills, but it's not bad. I mean, I'm hitting 10 miles an hour in a pretty short radius. Obviously downhill is like nothing. This thing does coast really easy. Guys, I had a theory that I had to test out. So this is like a really standardized connector right here. It's basically like you're one step below having an actual trailer hitch. You can connect these to almost like anything. And so I just attached it to the basket, and this is one of those Gorilla carts. There's actually a review on Toasted DIY if you want to see it, but I would guess it's just cardboard right now. It's nothing super heavy. I wouldn't even advise like doing this normally, but I am gonna put a PC in the basket as well. So all together, including myself, so 160 pounds plus, we'll put in like maybe like a 20-pound computer. And then, I mean, this cart is on wheels, but I would think it's probably an extra like 60 to 70 pounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna see what happens here, guys, because I'm sure some of you all have wondered the same thing, or maybe even had a similar idea. The actual cart has a little bit of like movement in it where like when you stop and go, it's able to kind of smack a little bit, so that'd be kind of annoying, but all right, so obviously downhill was like nothing for, oh, okay, hold up. Wow. Honestly, this could actually work. I wouldn't advise putting a ton more weight in it, but like, I think this thing could probably handle pulling a couple 100 pounds if it's on wheels. Let's do a speed test here. This is slightly uphill. Yeah, I mean, I'm hitting 10 miles an hour. I honestly have faith that I could hit probably about 14, maybe 15 on a flat surface right now. Wow, endless possibilities. All right, let's do that same hill test. So before, I was able to hit like usually around 9, maybe 10 miles an hour. So we're gonna do this with the cart now and the two computers. Oh, we got a rocky start. Oh man, it's struggling. All right, okay, it's going. 5 miles an hour, 6, all right. We were still increasing speed, but yeah, definitely, you can definitely feel the weight. You know, the more weight you put into it. It's not like a super strong motor where it's resistant to feeling that, but still super impressive. Now, one thing to keep in mind about this compared to a normal folding scooter is a normal folding scooter, you know, you don't have all this area in between, so you can fold the bars pretty much almost flat to the part that you stand on. Well guys, I think that pretty much wraps up the review for now. Hopefully we'll have some more videos on the channel of this scooter, maybe like a longevity kind of test. This is really just more of a review and unboxing, but hey, as far as the unboxing and the review goes, I definitely give it a pretty good thumbs up. So good job on Temu, and of course the company that actually makes the scooter itself. And I'd love to know down below, you know, in the comment section, what kind of scooters or mopeds or whatever are you guys running that are electric? And I'm curious to see how much did you spend on yours. Like I said, this one was a little over 300 bucks for tax and shipping, and I feel like it's pretty decent for the price. But you know, obviously you can go down the road to like your Best Buy and some other places like that and buy some nicer name brand ones for not too much more. You know, even starting at like the $500 price range for some pretty nice just stand-up scooters. So yeah, I'd love to hear what you guys have. If you liked the video, make sure you subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.